Hi, welcome back to Math with me, Marisol Lopez, your second grade math virtual content specialist. Think of me as your teacher's helper. In this video, we will learn how to use virtual counters and 10 frames to help us solve mathematical equations. Are you excited? I am excited to show you all of the things that you can do with the virtual counters and 10 frames. All right, let's get started. Today, we will be answering the following question. How can you use place value to help add and subtract like units? We are going to practice some addition and subtraction with virtual counters and 10 frames. I'll show you. The virtual counters tool looks like this. You can see the link that takes you to the virtual counter manipulatives. Maybe you have seen counters in your classroom that look like this, the counting bears. Or maybe you have even seen some of these counters, red and yellow counters. These red and yellow chips, as we like to call them. I have seen these in many second grade classrooms. Do you see all of these shapes here? In this virtual counters tool, they are allowing you to pick whatever counters you'd like to solve the problems on the workspace. Notice this blue rectangle at the bottom. Well, you click on that and it just means that you have one blank workspace, kind of like what I'm showing you right now. If you click on this blue icon that's showing like two, like a rectangle that has been divided into two, it will create two separate workspaces with a line in the middle, like you can see here. And when you drag the counters into each side of the blank workspace, you can then click on these blue arrows on the top and it will add up how many counters there are on each side. Let's practice together. I went to the website. I'm going to click here where it's going to create two workspaces. And then I can drag some counters over here, drag some more counters over here. And when I hit this blue arrow, it adds up the total of counters on each side. So 3 here, 4 here, and if I want to know the total of counters altogether, I can click on this blue arrow at the bottom and it gives me the total. Well, if you click on this icon, right, it looks like a rectangle with like a square in the middle. It will actually compare how many counters you have on each side by using the greater than or less than or equal symbols. So right now it is showing us that 3 is less than 4, which is true. There's less objects on this side of the workspace than on this side. But watch what happens when I add more counters. So I just added one more. So now it's equal. Both sides have 4. The total changed on the top of each workspace as well as on the bottom. If you click on this icon, a mystery box will appear. This is mostly for teachers. You can select if you can hide objects in the mystery box. You see how I drag them and they disappear. They're actually hiding in the box. So right now the option at the top says hide count. That's why we don't see how many are in the box. But I can place some objects also outside of the box and say this, show count. So now we know there are 6 in the box and 3 more counters out of the box. How many counters do we have in all? Your mouse will start pasting 10 frames all over the workspace. To stop creating 10 frames, you need to click on the 10 frame icon here so that it is released. You can also drag counters into the 10 frame. And watch this. The counters that you have added into the 10 frame, you can click on the blue arrow and it will still add up the total of counters for you. The next icon that we're going to learn about is this one right here. Let's say you dragged many counters into the workspace. If you want to organize them all into a line, you click on this and it will organize your workspace for you. The icon of the arrow is the one that we use to click and drag counters. Whenever you want to use the arrow, just make sure that it looks like this. It's blue, it's selected. If you wish to use the eraser, you click on the eraser. Now it is blue, and then you click on the counters that you want to get rid of, and they will disappear. If you click on this paintbrush here, and you tap on the counters, it will change it to whatever color is in this little box right next to it. If you wish to change the color, you can click on the red box and click on the color you would like. Then you can use the paintbrush to change the color to green or whatever other color you've selected. If you click on this icon here, it will allow you to duplicate the counter that you click on. So if I want to make more stars, I just keep clicking while the duplicating icon is selected. If you wish to label something like I did earlier when I typed the equation, you can go to the text box at the top and you can type, "This is my collection of objects," or whatever else you wish to type. This text box over here will appear with an arrow, so it allows you to label things that you're working on. If you click on the home button, it will take you home where there are many other options of manipulatives that you can use online for different purposes. If you click on this button over here, it creates a brand new workspace for you. A message will appear that says, "This will clear all of your work in this mode. Are you sure?" And if you're sure, you can hit OK. And if you clicked on that reset all button by accident, you can hit cancel and everything will stay exactly the same way you had it. I'm going to click OK. Mathematicians, I hope you enjoyed learning about the virtual counters and 10 frames that are available to you. I am sure as you keep practicing with them, the more familiar you will become. You will see that it is a helpful tool when you are solving math equations and making groups of 10. Keep up the great work, mathematicians. Until next time, bye-bye.